What up, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Dustin Calloway. This episode is going to be about snakes. Title is, I hate snakes. And it's not the typical snake. It's not just snake that you're looking outside in the garden. It's the fucking snake ass people. I hate fucking snake ass people. Snake ass friends. I grew up and, before I moved out to the suburbs, we lived in Cleveland. So I had a group of friends when I lived in Cleveland, Devon, Otis, Reggie. I had a few friends, man, down there in Cleveland before we moved out to the suburbs. So when we moved out to the suburbs, I got linked up with a few different people, that I thought were cool ass friends. Then. So we grew up a little bit together, played football, played basketball together and shit like that. Everything was all cool. And honestly, I don't think that things started falling apart until after like high school for real. So, I had a couple friends that we were tight. We had like a nice little group. And one of my friends, always felt like something was a little bit strange between me and him. It was actually two of my friends. I felt like something was a little bit strange between us, all three of us. Like we was all cool, but it was something about when females got involved, these motherfuckers felt like they changed up on me a little bit. So it was this one girl. This happened, I want to say like senior year, like right after high school. It was this girl, right? And they both liked her, right? And they was both trying to get at her real hard. And she would never really bite. She liked him a little bit, but she wouldn't really bite on him, right? So she ended up liking me. And she told me, it was like, I think she like texted my phone or something, and she just told me like, I really like you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and this is no cap. She told me that she liked me, right? So I was like, damn, ain't you talking to what's her name? Or what's her name? She was like, no, I'm not talking to neither one of them. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool then. So I'm like, all right, it's cool. So then she told them that she liked me. Not at the same time. So as soon as she told them that, both of these dudes start talking shit behind my back, right? And she never told them that she told me. I mean, she never told them that she told me. Right. But she used to come back and tell me, like, and they never knew this, but she would come back and tell me every fucking thing that they said behind my back. Everything. And you know who was still being a good friend to them? Me. Still kept these motherfuckers around me every single day. And I guess it was just one of them things where it was like, you keep your enemies close, but I never really thought about it like that. Something told me, keep these niggas close, because I want to see what else they gonna fucking do. So, long story short, she ended up fucking around with me. And she wanted to mess with me. And both of them niggas, next thing you know, both of them start getting real spacey on me. I'm just like, all of a sudden, they stopped coming around as much. And like, just all types of shit. I'm like, damn, what's going on? So fast forward, I stopped messing with the girl. It's done. So me and the dudes, we still cool. One of them ended up going to jail. And I was still cool with the other one, right? So I'm chilling one night. I was at work, and then my one dude hit me up like, hey, I got these girls, man. You know what I'm saying? Come link up, man. I got a girl. She here. She want to meet you or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll come meet the girl. I go down there and meet the girl. Boom, we hit it off real quick. I'm like, man, she cool. From the South. She was real cool, man. Just like a Southern cool chick. She had a couple kids, though. But I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mind. So I started messing with her. We dealing with each other. And one day, I got cool with a couple other chicks from a college that I had went to. I got cool with them, right? So it was me and my other little dude, Devin. And we started kicking it. I had just met the girl. He introduced me to the other dude. And me and Devin, we was kicking it one day over around the corner from where I was staying. with these other 2 chicks that I had met from college. You know, I wasn't messing with them or nothing like that, but I was just going over there to visit and stuff. And I brought Devin with me because I'm like, look, there's 2 girls. I might as well grab another person to come on through with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might hit it off with her. So I bring him with me. Long story short, we ended up staying over there for a long time. Like, it was late, so we ended up just staying the night. So I go sleep in the bed in the room where the one girl that I knew, you know, really well. I stayed in the bed with her, and we were just laying there asleep. And Devin had slept in the other room with the other girl, I think on the floor or some shit or whatever. So next thing I know, morning time comes. And I get up and go outside because I was about to move my car so we can go leave. So I look to my left and I see chairs lined up by the window. I'm like, them chairs wasn't right there. Those chairs was like it over here on the side of the house. So I looked, I'm like, oh, somebody was like looking in the windows. I'm like, oh, hell no, man, I could have got in my sleep. So I'm like, nah, I got to figure this out. I wake Devin up, I wake everybody up. I'm like, hey, man, did one of y'all put these chairs outside the window last night? They was like, no, we didn't put no chairs outside the windows. I'm like, what the fuck? So we just chilling. Couldn't figure it out. We moved the chairs. Couldn't figure it out. Didn't call the cops or nothing like that. Couldn't figure it out. So the next thing you know, Roy, oops, my bad, I said his name. So the next thing you know, the car comes pulling up in the yard. His truck pull up in the yard. So I'm like, oh, that's my homie, because he knew where we was at, because he had came through the day before. He was over there the day before with us for a little bit, then he had to leave. And I think he probably, you know, might have got salty because, you know, the chick, he wasn't getting no vibe. It was kind of like up in the air, like Devin or you. So he wasn't getting no vibe, so he ended up leaving and Devin stayed because Devin rode with me. So I see Roy, oh my God, I said his name again. I see his truck pull up in the yard again. So I'm like, all right, cool, homie came back or whatever. Even though he didn't call or nothing, he just popped up. So I knew something was funny because he didn't pull all the way in. He stopped at the end of the driveway. I'm like, why he just sitting there? So by this time, it's a summer day. We all sitting outside in the chairs, you know, me, Devin, the girls, we just chilling. And then his car door opened up. And then the other doors opened up. I'm like, hold on, all the passenger doors opened up. This dude jumps out the car. He's standing by the door. He didn't move. The chick that he had put me on with and the girl that he was messing with, and I think a cousin or something, they all jumped out the truck like, oh, what's up now? What's up with all this shit? Not to mention, I had just met the fucking girl that this dude introduced me to. I just met her. So it's like, what you want me to do? You want me to explain some shit? So she started walking up in the yard like, oh, for real, this what you doing? I'm like, you would have thought that me and this girl was fucking around for a long ass time. No, I had literally just met her. So I'm like, damn, dude, that's what you doing? This motherfucker went and got the chick and brought her, the chick that he had just introduced me to, and brought her over to the house where me and Devin was chilling with the 2 chicks. And I couldn't understand. I'm like, what we doing here? I'm like, damn, that's what you doing, dude? I'm like, all right, cool. I get in my car and I just bounced. Devin stayed, everybody stayed. So the girl that that dude introduced me to, that he brought over there to try to catch me up with, they all just stayed over there just kicking it for the rest of the day. Even got cool with the girls and everything. I'm just like, all right, that's cool. So I bounce. I go back to the crib, I'm on fire. I'm like, this motherfucking dude, man, what type of dude is this shit? Some snake shit, right? So I'm like, who does that type of shit to their dude? This is supposed to be my homie. I'm thinking we homies because we knew each other since we was like in 6th grade. I'm like, man, we cool, man. Nope. So I never hit him back up. So the girl ended up calling me. The girl that he introduced me to. She ended up calling me like, for real? So you got anything you want to say? I say, all right, look, let's go meet up somewhere. So this was back in the days. This is back when they had that bar in Solon. If you're from the area, you know it was a bar in Solon that was right behind KFC Taco Bell. It was like in that little strip over there. And we met in the parking lot because we couldn't go in. So she come meet me up there. And she was like, you ain't got nothing you want to say? And I explained to her. I said, look, I just met you. I don't know you all like that. You know, I didn't even know if I liked you all like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know what was it, you know, what you wanted me to say to you. but because she wasn't my girlfriend or nothing. So I'm like, but I don't understand why this dude brought you over there. She was like, well, I'm gonna just tell you about your friend. Your friend has been saying stuff to me all the time. I said, really? So what else this motherfucker done said to you? So basically, shit was going bad with him and her friend. She didn't like him all like that. She thought he was a simp. So she basically was playing this nigga behind his back, and he was getting salty or whatever, and like, you know, because he ended up chasing her around all the time, and she was just on some messed up ass shit. And she had multiple dudes, but he was trying to wife her up. So he seen that it was going sideways with her. So the chick that he introduced me to, he seen that she was a nice little wholesome chick, and he was like, look, he decided that he was gonna try to take her from me. So this dude, that's why he did it. So she told me that, you know, he was basically every day, every time I wasn't around, he would say some shady shit about me, talking about I mess with a whole bunch of girls and this and that. So when he kept saying that to her, she said, prove it to me. So him coming over to the crib that day before, when me and Devin was at the house with the chicks, it was pretty much a setup. He basically set me up to figure out where I was going to be and make sure that I was going to be there so that he could bring her back. And that's why he did the shit. She basically told me that he told her that she should stop messing with me because I ain't shit, and she should mess with him because he'll treat her right. Typical fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? He did that shit. So when she's sitting there telling me this shit, right? And I'm just like, damn, this dude will stab his friend in the fucking back over a chick. Stab his friend in the back over a fucking chick, and then end up not getting her. You end up not getting her. So you fucked me over, stabbed me in my back, burned our friendship to the ground, and you ended up not getting her. And guess what? She ended up staying with me anyway. She ended up staying with me. Even though you brought her over to the crib, she saw me sitting out there in the yard, she saw me sleep with the chairs in the window, saw me sleep, all that shit you did for all of that, for what? And I still ended up keeping her. And you lost. So I'm going back on snake ass friends here. Dudes, fellas, stop snaking y'all dudes over chicks, man. Because how often, after y'all do that snake shit to y'all friends, how often does it work out for you? How often? Do you know what a lot of these girls probably be thinking when y'all do that shit? Like, this nigga's he greasy. He fucking over his friend. Why would I fuck with you? You a snitch ass dude. A lot of them probably be thinking that shit. And if you're a woman watching this video, please tell me what y'all think. Because I know this shit happen all the time. I know it. It happens all the time. So please, tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think. I know this shit be happening. Like, when dudes be doing that greasy shit, what do y'all be thinking about it? What do y'all think when a dude do that shit? And like, don't get me wrong. I know some dudes who do that shit, but they do it for a reason, right? They do that shit for a reason. And some, like, because I know it's going to be some dudes that's probably going to come back, well, no, I had a dude do that shit to me and this and that, blah, blah, blah. But I want to know why. Like, I know in my situation, I know why he did that shit to me. And even to go back to my other dude that did this shit to the other girl previous, to the first girl that I was talking about in the beginning, he did that shit. It was jealousy for real. It was all jealousy. Like, both of these dudes shooting, they shot at this one chick. She don't like them. She like me. It just happens sometimes like that. Dudes get jealous, and that's the fucking little simp ass bullshit that they do. Like, oh, she don't want me. Well, you can't have her either. So let me say this fucked up shit about him. That's just what they do. But in other cases, you get dudes that, you know, the dude that they did that shit to might have did something greasy to him. So he like, man, I'm about to burn your whole shit down. Yep. Trust and believe, yeah. Because I've actually did that shit before. Keeping it 100,000. Yeah, dude snaked me in school one time. Snaked me. I was about to whoop his ass in school. And the first chance I got to get back at him, I did. I got right back at his ass through a check. Like, yeah, you ain't finna, you thought I forgot about that shit? No, here you go. That's done. Try again, bruh. But that's just me being 100% real. But no, like in this situation here with dude, you know, for him to do all that shit and you don't accomplish your mission, my dude, like, what was it all for? Was it worth throwing our friendship away for? Like, y'all dudes is out here burning down 10, 15, 20-year relationships with y'all friends over chicks that 9 times out of 10, you're probably not even going to end up being with in the long run. So over a quick piece of ass that's probably not going to be around for a long time, you throw away a whole friendship. A whole friendship, man. Y'all dudes got to stop doing that shit. There's too many women in this world for y'all to be throwing away whole fucking relationships over one piece of ass. You see one fucking girl, you get, oh shit, I want her, man. You can't have her. Then you burn your whole friendship up with a motherfucker over one fucking girl? One? Do the math, man. Do the men to women ratio in the entire world. That shit'll blow your goddamn mind. Do you really need to do that to your friend? You know how many girls look exactly like her or better? And the crazy part is these girls that I'm talking about, man, they was cool. They wasn't nothing, like I ain't gonna say that I've ever seen a woman that was like, oh God, I'm about to fucking go crazy over her because I just want her so much. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Like I ain't never been, nah. But the girls that y'all did this shit for, y'all burned the bridges over that. Over that. And then to go back to the one dude that got locked up back in the beginning, if you watching this video, dude, why do you think I did what I did to you? You don't know. And if you don't know, now you do know. I know what you were saying behind my back, bruh. The girl came back and told me every fucking thing. She told me everything, bruh. So if you do have a story out here that you telling people or a narrative that you pushing to people like, why me and you ain't cool no more? Because we used to be like this. We used to be like this. So if you got a narrative that you pushing out there, here's the flip side to it, bruh. You think I just never said shit to you, bruh. I never said anything to you, but she told me all the shit that you used to say behind my back. You and the homie. You and the other homie. Y'all both fighting to get her. She didn't even want y'all motherfuckers. She wanted me. But y'all said all this shit about me to her to get her to try to get her to not like me. She still did. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Through relationships away. And you know the crazy part is we tried to be cool. We tried to be cool after that. It was kind of like this just like unspoken thing that we did. Because that's what a lot of friends will do to each other. They stab each other in the back and then they, you know, try to like not say shit about it. Even though they all know that they did some shit to each other, they never talk about it. They just kind of try to still be around each other. But then eventually life will still push you away from each other because y'all got all these issues that y'all didn't address with each other. Snake shit. So by the time this video drop, and by the time y'all watch this shit, I'm going to give my snake friends, and that's what I got to call y'all until we piece it up. I'm going to give y'all snake friends the opportunity to, let's square it up, man. Let's square it up and let's square this shit off. Let's talk about it. That's what this podcast is about. So let's talk podcast. But the difference is, and that's the situation that I'm talking about with you two, I don't want to talk on cameras. Men, we ain't going to talk about our real problems on camera. We're not going to do that. I put this shit out there, so if y'all want to put up y'all version of it, put your own fucking version up. But us having a conversation trying to fix the shit, if it can be salvaged, we're not going to have it on camera. We're going to just square that shit off like men, face to face. Because we never squared it off, because I still got a lot of fucking questions, man. I got a lot of questions about that shit. I just want to know, was that shit worth it? Was it worth it, man? And just imagine, like, what if that day when he brought the girls over there after spying through the window at night, what if he would have brought them over there and I would have walked up to him and stole on him in the yard and pounded him out? What if I would have did that? I didn't. You know what I did was I just looked at him. I was like, damn, dude, that's what you doing? Because the one thing that I always knew that chicks, I ain't finna fight over no girl, man. I ain't finna fight over no girl. I'm not. Not about to do it. Not about to do it. So I just let the shit go. I just looked at him, shook my head like, nah, you a sucker, man. That's what suckers do. So I just walked it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, look. I had one girl one time that I used to date, and I went to her crib one day, right? And like, I was over there for like 5 minutes. And I was like, look, I got to go home because I had just got to work or something. I was like, look, I got to go home and get dressed. I got to get cleaned up and I'll be right back. Like literally, I told her I'll be right back. I went to the crib and I changed my clothes, got in the shower, got dressed, and I literally went right back. And I think the issue was I would always tell her that, but I would never like come right back. It would be like a few hours later. So I think she must have thought it was gonna be one of them times, right? So I popped up, right, I came right back, literally like 20 minutes. Man, when I walked up to that door, before I could knock, I heard somebody call her name. I was like, but it was a girl. So I was like, I ain't knock. I'm like, hold on, let me creep a little bit. So she kept calling her name. And I'm like, it was like a little ass, like little shit that she lived in. So she wouldn't answer. And she just kept screaming her name, screaming her name. She was like, what? She opened up a door and I kind of saw through the crack a little bit. And she was just like, she opened up the door and was like, bring me something. She told her to bring her something. And she was just like, I can't, girl. We back here naked. I'm like, what the we? I was like, who the fuck is we back here naked? And then I heard a dude laugh. I said, this motherfucker. Man, I was like, this motherfucker. I was salty. Like, literally, as soon as I left, she called another dude, have a dude come over there. They in the fucking back naked and shit. And I come right back. And her and dude in the back, I'm like, man, oh my God. So I leave, right? So I go tell my one dude. I say, man, this bitch, she up there doing this, man. He flipped for me. He was like, man, look, let's go back up there, man. I'm gonna get my truck. We're gonna hook her shit up to the truck, to my truck, and we're gonna pull that shit over. I'm like, my man, I ain't never that mad over no chick, bruh. I ain't never that mad. Like, I was salty, but not that mad, man. So again, that's why they knocked the homie out when he brought the chicks over to the crib. Because I'm like, I'm not that mad, man. You know, you just did some sucker shit, and that's just what suckers do. Snakes do that type of shit. So if y'all got people out there in this world, if y'all out here right now, and if that's what y'all do, just know y'all some fucking suckers. Like, all y'all dudes weak over females, man. Y'all weak because y'all see motherfucking chicks out here that y'all be so fucking thirsty to get it. 9 times out of 10, you probably not even gonna get her. If you do that snake shit, she gonna say thank you and keep it fucking moving. And you did all that for nothing. You blew up your friendship for nothing. All y'all dudes doing that shit, man. Just know y'all some fucking suckers, man. Stop doing that little sucker shit. Stop doing the sucker shit. That shit ain't cool. That shit is weak, man. You down to your man because you want his girl. You better get her. You better fucking get her at the end of the day. You better get her. That's sucker shit, man. And that's why we ain't friends right now. And then it's funny because these dudes, I still see them around, right? So I would see them and it'd be like this weird little energy when we see each other, right? It's like some weird energy. It'd be like that. What's up, man? Like, you know, we need to talk, but we don't talk. Like, we know some shit and we just don't talk about it. It'd be weird. And at the end of the day, I don't never be like, hey, let's talk, man, because of this or that, because I feel like you did that shit. Y'all did it. But then I thought about it again. I was like, but y'all don't know I know. So this video is me letting y'all know I know. So the whole time all that shit got weird between us and all that shit started going down between us, it's because I knew what y'all did. Well, the other dude that brought the chicks to the house, he already knew. He was right there when he did that shit. But you know what he don't know is? What he don't know is he don't know what old girl told me when she met me later on that night after he brought her over to the house where I was at with the other chicks. He don't know that part. She told me about all the shit he said behind my back. He don't know that part. So yeah, feel free to, you know, square it off with me if y'all want to, and we can talk about it. But this might be the shortest episode of Let's Talk Podcast ever. Because, I mean, how much shit can you talk about when you talk about snake-ass friends? But, hey, it just is what it is. Snake-ass friends. I'm not finna sit up here and just make up extra stuff to talk about because I'm trying to, like, keep the podcast super long. Some of these episodes are going to be super long. Some of them are going to be short. Like this one. I mean, how much more do you need to say about snake-ass friends, you know? Snake-ass friend is a snake-ass friend. You know? But yeah, some of these episodes are going to be long. Some of them are going to be super short. And this is going to be one of those days where the episode is going to be pretty short. But go ahead and smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button, please. Turn on the bell notification so that you'll be notified when I do drop a video. Go over to the Instagram and at Dustin Calloway and follow me on Instagram. Facebook is Dustin J. Calloway. Twitter, Dustin _Calloway. And also, I started a company called Traders Learning Circle. Traders Learning Circle is a platform that is going to teach you how to trade Forex in the Forex market. So if you head over to traderslearningscircle.com, you can check it out just to see, what I cover, during the course of my training. And trust me, this is something that you do not want to be left behind on. If you're sitting at home, why not make money while you're sitting at home? Trading Forex is really simple. You just got to get down the basics and learn how to start trading, and then you'll be good. So, but that's going to wrap it up on this episode of Snake Ass Friends. And if anybody got something that they want to say, drop a comment down below, please. So until the next time, people, peace.